Here in Wisconsin, it's License Day. Let's go. Hey everybody, how you doing? Joe here from ScruffyArms.com. Hey, welcome. If this is your first time on the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Subscription doesn't cost you anything whatsoever and just really helps our channel grow and get around that YouTube algorithm. They really don't like us gun tubers, but here we are. Guys, today is March 1st, 2024. I am ridiculously excited if you can't tell because today is the day here in Wisconsin we get our hunting licenses for the next year. So let's get into it, guys. I am ridiculously excited about this. This is something that a lot of us look forward to every single year. You get to start to plan your hunting year out. Can't tell? I'm excited. So I already went on. So in Wisconsin, we've got our Go Wild accounts. You can go online, buy all your licenses. And so that's what I did. And this year there was a couple changes. Last year in Wisconsin was a very, very rough year for deer hunters. We had less hunters out in the field, less deer harvested, and it even so dramatic that this year they're putting in a line for the northern part of the state where the next 5 years they're not going to be able to hunt does. They can only hunt bucks, and you only get one. So that's going to significantly change the landscape of deer hunting in northern Wisconsin, which is going to force a lot of people to southern Wisconsin to do their hunting. So we'll kind of see how that lays out. I've talked to a lot of people here in the southern part of the state that go north to hunt deer because supposedly the deer populations are much bigger there. So then they don't stay down here. Now that that restriction has been put in place, a lot of the deer camps that happen in northern Wisconsin have been talking about trying to find public land or friends' private land down here in this part of the state to hunt in. Now, I am very, very lucky that I've got a friend that allows me to hunt on his property, and I also have public land that is ridiculously close to where I live that I can hunt at. So I am very, very lucky in that regard, and I'm lucky in the amount of species that I'm eligible to hunt in this area and have had success with. Now, the last couple years have been kind of spotty for my hunting. 2 years ago, I was able to harvest a couple of pheasant. Last year, I was able to harvest 2 turkey, and I lost a deer. There's never a good feeling to lose a deer. It really puts a bad taste in your mouth and a pit in your stomach and a desire to get out and do it again. Just did not see it. I saw a lot of deer during archery, saw 0 deer during gun season. So this year we're going to try that again. Okay, I think maybe with the increase of hunters in the southern part of this state, deer movement's going to be a little bit better, and we might get a few more opportunities to hunt deer this year during firearm season. And I hope so because my 8-year-old will be his first year doing the youth hunt, and then I'm actually taking my dad. It'll be my dad's first time hunting. He'll be 70 years old, and it'll be his very first time ever hunting. So I'm going to take him out as well, and really hoping to get some action for both of them so they can at least see some deer. If they don't, it really is the experience of going out hunting more than being able to harvest something for them. I want them to enjoy the outdoors, have that time with me. There really is nothing like sitting in a blind with your kids or your parents and just having that time together out in nature, doing something that is extremely enjoyable, and that thrill and excitement if you're actually able to harvest something, knowing that what you're doing is going to provide food for your family and your loved ones that are around you. Man, there's nothing better than that. I am just so excited that I get to start sharing that with more people in my family this year. My oldest has been hunting with me several times, and he and I together have never harvested anything, but he's been in blinds and stands with his uncles and his grandfather when they have harvested things. So it's been a really cool thing to see. Now, this year he is old enough that he's gonna have to get his own license and find a place to hunt, and we've been talking about that, and I'm really trying to guide him through that process. And this year I'm gonna open myself up to hunt more species. Made the decision with talking with my family that the amount of times that I went out last year, I saw many different species that I didn't have tags for and didn't have the appropriate firearms to harvest. So this year, we made some changes. So I was able to get a semi-auto shotgun. I have a single shot break action shotgun. I've got several rifles that all can fit in the different type of hunting I'm going to do. So let's talk about what I'm hunting this year. We'll kind of talk about the plan, and you guys are going to come along with me on these hunts, and we're going to see if we can get some stuff. So first up, we have spring turkey. I put in for a drawing for spring turkey, and I got drawn for the very first period in our zone. So I'm going to be hunting April 17th through April 23rd. I'm going to be hunting at the exact same property that you guys have seen on the channel before, the same place I got my 2 fall turkey. I actually got drawn for spring turkey. I am ridiculously excited. I know the flock that is at that property. They are a very, very large flock. And no one else that is going to be hunting there got drawn for the first week. My buddy who owns the property, I think he got drawn for the 3rd week. So I'm going to go out that first week, see if I can call them in, get a tom, let the flock settle down for a couple weeks, then he can come out and he'll have that same opportunity. Last year I was able to get 2 toms out of that flock, and there are still several more. It is a very, very large flock of birds. There were, last year at the end of deer season, over 30 turkeys in that flock that are all hovering around that same area. So there's no hunting pressure there. So I'm very, very excited. I was the first person to harvest turkey out of there in a very long time. So we're excited for this opportunity this year. I'm probably going to be taking my J. Stevens Arms break action 20 gauge. It's a 100-year-old shotgun. It just works. Its pattern testing that I did was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to get some turkey loads for that, and we're going to see how the turkey loads do in that shotgun. I'm also getting a new barrel for my Remington 1100 that will take it out to a 28-inch barrel and have rem chokes installed on it, so I'll be able to get a turkey choke. My only concern is I hunt in 6 weeks. That doesn't seem like a lot of time. 6 weeks I'm going to be in the woods chasing turkey again, and I don't know if the new barrel that I ordered for the Remington 1100 is going to get in time or not, so I'm going to roll with that J. Stevens Arms. If I do get the barrel in for the Remington 1100, that will also go out. I want the most effective tool for the job, and whichever one that is, that's what we're going to use. So that's what's up first. Spring turkey, I've got a week to do that. It starts in 6 weeks. I get to harvest 1 tom. That's my bag limit for spring. Okay. After that, I got a sports license here for the state. So a sports license lets me get my fishing license, my gun deer license, and then my small game and most of the waterfowl. I had to get a waterfall stamp, which is a requirement. You need those to hunt. So I picked those up. I also got a pheasant stamp. I got my archery license. I got my crossbow license, which allows me to do archery for both deer and turkey in the fall. I also got my geese stamp, regular goose and early goose stamps, and I put in for next year's spring turkey application. So those are all of the things that I just got today for my hunting licenses. So what does that mean? What are we actually going to be hunting this year? We've got turkey in the spring. Early fall, we're going to be chasing geese, duck, pheasant, deer again, turkey again, and we're going to do some coyote hunting this year. That's 7 different species that we're going to be chasing this year. I can do most of the other game birds, dove, grouse, crow. I'm not a big fan of that. Also can do rabbit and squirrel. We'll see about that. I'm not too sure those are things I want to do. For the fur bearers, we are probably going to do some coyote hunting this year. We have some firearms that are more than adequate enough to do the coyote, and I'll probably do the coyote at the same property I'm hunting turkey, because we want to really manage that flock of turkey and make it a very, very strong flock, which it is now, but there are some coyotes in that area, and there's also some raccoons, so we want to kind of manage the predators of that area. So by managing the predators of the area, we can support a healthy flock of turkey, which is something that I think is just going to be super, super awesome. So I'm also going to put in for an elk tag here in Wisconsin. Here in Wisconsin, it's a once-in-a-lifetime elk hunt. If you get drawn for elk in Wisconsin, you can never get drawn again as it goes right now. It's like a less than 1% chance that you'll actually get drawn, but I'm going to put in for it. I did not get drawn for bear, and I don't know if I'm going to apply for bear again. It's very, very difficult to get drawn for bear here in Wisconsin unless you apply a whole bunch of points, but there are some bear tags available in neighboring states. I probably will put in again. I will most likely talk to some of my friends and talk to some outfitters that are in the northern part of the state to see which zones I want to apply for. I've got some time to do that. I don't have to do that right away. But I want to have some conversations before I put in for bear again. So as far as the meat chasing we're doing this year, we're chasing turkey, deer, duck, geese, and pheasant. Yep. So 5 different species that we're going to be chasing as of right now today here in Wisconsin. Now, there are some opportunities for me to hunt in neighboring states that are very, very close. Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, the UP, and Illinois. All of those are close enough to me that I could drive out for a hunting trip for those. And I've had some conversations with people who live in those areas that I might potentially do some hunting there. The problem, if I go to any of those neighboring states and I do anything rifle, I need to have a straight wall cartridge. And currently I don't own one. So that may change here this year. We may get a straight wall to give me that availability to go hunt in these neighboring states. But I also have my crossbow, so we can do some archery stuff there. I've got my shotgun, so we can do some shotgun stuff there. All of those things are on the table this year, but it all starts today buying our licenses, getting our licenses in, having them in hand, and getting our hunting plan ready for the next year. If you guys are hunters and you really want to take the most that you can out of your hunting experience, plan early. Have the conversation with your family. Know what you're chasing. Know when you're getting out in the field. Talk to your buddies that you hunt with. Talk to all of them. I haven't hunted geese and duck in a very, very, very long time. It's been almost 25 years since I've hunted those. So I've reached out to some of my friends that do annually hunt duck and geese, and they're going to take me out this year. We're going to get out. We're going to hunt. That's something I really, really want to get into because it's another opportunity to put meat on the table for my family. The turkey that I shot last year, we ate. The pheasant that I shot 2 years ago, we ate. So I'm not doing this for the trophies. I'm doing it for the meat. And not everybody agrees with that same philosophy. Some really want to chase after those big-bodied bucks, and that's great and all. But if I see a 6-point buck that can put food on my table, I'm not going to wait for a 10-point buck or an 8-point buck to come by. Just to give you guys kind of some awareness of where I'm coming from as a hunter. So, guys, I'm really excited. Got my licenses today. How about you guys? What are you hunting this year? What is your priority for hunting? How do you go about making your schedule for it? I don't know if I've got any out-of-state hunts this year. I don't know if that's going to be in the cards this season. But as my kiddos get older, those are some of the things we're looking at and some of the plans we're making to see if we can chase some other species. I do have some family in Texas, and it might be a lot of fun to go down there and chase some feral hogs or some other species that they've got down there. But this year so far, we're sticking to the state. I can hunt within 15-20 minutes of my house. All of these species exist around here to make it a really, really successful and fun hunting season. So, guys, come along with me as we do this hunting this year. I'll talk about the firearms. We'll talk about the loads that we're using. We'll go to the range. We'll get everything prepared. And then I'll take you guys out in the field as we do this. So I hope all of you guys enjoy this channel. I hope you enjoy the content. If you're hunting this year, what are you hunting? What are your seasons? Have you got your tags and licenses yet? If so, let's have a conversation. It's always fun to be engaged with this community, and I always look forward to the conversations we have. So until next time, guys, stay safe, stay blessed, and happy hunting.